everybody, and welcome to the Crest World Touring Car Challenge. I am your commentator. That's me, INDIANAPOLIS. I will be with you for the next about an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes. I'll be taking you through all the races tonight, keeping you up to date with all of the action. That's where we're racing tonight. We are at it's round 6 of the World Touring Car Challenge at the Indianapolis Speedway in the United States of America. And before you ask, yes, I do have a cold. But I'm still here to bring you all of the action. There's a list of the cars that you can drive: the Alfa Romeo, the Audi, the Cooper, the Honda, the Hyundai and the Link. We run the TCR and the WTCR cars. The WTCR is now defunct as a race series, so effectively it's only the TCRs that will be further produced in the race room. The Lincoln Co is the best car, and that's all you need to know. And that's not exactly where we are. We are not at that racetrack. We are actually, it's not decided to download, that's nice. So we are actually, there we go, update that, Indianapolis Motor Speedway. As you said, it's live, so these things always can happen. It looks like it had a bit of a hot orgy-borgy as we tried to get it over. It's the road course, 2.43 miles, there's the chicane at the end of the straight. And the chicane as you come onto the straight. It's £4.34 if you want to be in the race room, and that's if you want to buy it on race room. It's £4.34. It's always best to wait until they've got the YouTube. There is a discount basically. Black Friday's coming up. Get yourself involved. That's the cheapest way to buy all of the tracks in one go. You wait till they've got a discount and then you just buy the whole lot of them. That's the way I would do it. That's 100% the best and cheapest way of doing it. And then get yourself on Crest Autosport. There's a link to the Discord in this YouTube channel and on this YouTube video, actually, on all the YouTube videos. So get yourself involved. We have roughly around 8 minutes 37 left of the practice session. So this takes us over. We've got qualifying at 15 minutes at 9 o'clock. It's an open qualifying practice. So basically the guys are going to have to find themselves a way to get around track. It's only 15 minutes. You're looking at about a 1 minute 40, 1 minute 50 outlap. And then we're looking for a 132, I would say a 132.1, maybe a 131.9. I'm not entirely sure if we're going to see that. Race 1's 15 minutes long, and the grid is based off qualifying positions. So where they set the grid, where they qualify in race 1, is where they will start in race 2. Look, I think where they'll start in race 1. For race 2, there's a top 10 reverse grid based on the finishing positions of race 1, and race 3 is top 15 reversal based off the finishing positions of race 2. And yes, we do run ballast. It's qualifying qualifying and race 1 has the ballast on board. It's championship ballast, so from 1st to 10th. And they're in, the highest gets 40 kilograms, the lowest gets 4 kilograms, and they're divided by 4. So it goes down in increments of 4. Does it make a difference? Yes. Will it make a difference here? 100% it will make a difference here. Long straights, the tyres are going to be punished into those hard braking zones. Right, over to the championship. Pause it if you want to go through it and have a bit longer to have a look what's in there. There's 19 drivers in at the moment, expecting about 20, maybe 21. And that's a good number. Good old class of drivers that are in at the moment. We're missing some of the names, but it is what it is. Alex Everett's currently leading on 495 points. Michael Cloughy's in second on 419. He's currently third fastest behind Benny Norton. But he's in the Hyundai. So it's Hyundai, so they're all like up there at the minute. Lee Horn is in third. Vlad is in fourth. Vlad's actually got a penalty out this time, so he is starting at the back of the grid. So basically, Vlad should really be running in race trim now and just practicing on weight. Then you've got Benny Norton in fifth. Poddy's in sixth. Stu Neal's in seventh. Jamie Dory's in eighth. Ross Stantz is ninth. Perkis is 10th. Deany is 11th. Stevens 12th. Portugal is 13th. Deeks is 14th. Hans is 15th. And then we've got Ward, Schneider, Lopez, Carl Butcher, Lee, Boki, Yusa, Hands, and then everyone else. Just take a look and have a look on the board to have a look. In terms of the teams that are currently reading it, it is the Hyundais, just AP Rosso leading on 595. Crest Autosport, that's the Link team, of 5,955. And AP Corsa, which is the other bunch of Hyundais, they're currently in third. Manufacturer's Hyundai, just because it's the most cars out there at the moment, followed by Alfa Romeo and the Link, and that's how it stacks up. In terms of the classifications by categories, so we run 3 different categories: CA1, CA2 and CA3, and all the drivers are put in there based on their ability. So generally, if you're in CA1, you're going to be carrying maximum ballast. CA2, if you are carrying ballast, you are really pushing above the weight. And CA3, so close-knit battle in CA3. So at the moment, the CA1 leader is Alex Everett, second is Clough, third is Lee. CA2 is Stephen. Then you've got Portugal in second, and Craig Deek has progressed up to third. CA3, you've got Gabriel Lopez, Carl Smith, and Anastasios. But he's currently, I don't think he's not here at the moment. Where's Lopez? I thought I saw Lopez. Yes, he's down in 16th at the moment, Lopez. He's currently not racing, but his nearest rival, Carl Smith, is down in 18th position. So yeah, they're not too far off on the pace. And that's how it stacks up. We've got 4 minutes 18. Yeah, I am poorly. Paulie is poorly tonight, so I will be here for the entirety of the race. Don't worry. Hopefully, I won't fall over, but we'll find out before we get there. Some tricky corners coming up on this track. Turn 1 is a huge problem. And the final corner coming out, because when you come out the final corner, you think you're going to be going straight on, but you actually end up going through another set of chicanes, and that's a big problem. So if we ride on board now with Cloughy, providing he takes us through another lap, down onto that front view camera, this is the start-finish straight. You can gain 2 to 3 tenths of a second by getting a toe down. And this is turn 1. Through here, goes to the right-hand side. You need to keep it nice and tidy. Then it's the left-hand side. But it's very much a left-right. It's very reminiscent of the reverse way that you come out onto the main banking at Rockingham. It's effectively a reverse of that. And then you go through a left-right chicane. You can take a lot of curb here. So even though he's not going to get a penalty for that, and they've been, as I've been watching the practice, probably for the last good 40-45 minutes, I've been noticing more and more drivers are exploring the limits of possibilities into that corner. So I think we're actually going to see a lot of drivers going through there and taking a lot of curb. So that's why it's going to be interesting. It's like, who can push it? Because if you take too much curb in that sector, you're actually going to end up, I think, causing yourself a lot of problems. You're going to have to give the position back. And at a track like this, once you're in a breakaway group, that's just going to basically allow you to get away at the front, and that's what's going to be key here, because at the moment, Shaw's is first by Norton, by Clough and Neil, and they all race together as effectively one team. You've got Poddy flat down in 9th. He has the ability, but I think Poddy's playing a bit of a careful strategy here, because effectively he knows he doesn't have that pace to basically have an outright win. So what he's doing is sitting down in 8th, 9th and 10th. If you actually look at his qualifying positions. So that's where some of them, and Paul Hans, I don't know if he's playing that trick as well, because he's a fast driver, Paul. We saw him last time out into Lagos. I mean, he was holding on, he was holding up Perkis for ages, holding that 2nd and 3rd position. And then he just kind of flipped a bit. So yeah, he could be doing that as well. That's going to be key. But mathematically speaking, if you sit down and actually figure all of the mathematics out, you actually don't want to be top 5, top 6 for the qualifying, and then you basically want to profiteer in races 2 and 3. So yeah, it gets tricky. But again, you have to finish. It's all about finishing. And that's the biggest problem we've seen. We saw that with Cloughy and Butcher when we were at the track I've completely forgotten. Someone will pop up and tell me. And they took each other out. A little bit of argy-bargy, a little bit of door knocking, and it resulted in both of them losing a lot of positions, and then Everett just took that from him. Lee, race winner, he's down in 6th position. He's in the little Alfa Romeo. There he is. A good show from him because he was doing last time out. The Next Gen boys were all working together, so they're going to have to really think about it. Portugal here, he's really going to have to rely on Alex Everett. So because the slipstreaming here is worth, as like I said, it's worth 2 or 3 tenths, so it is worth it. Vlad, like I said, he's got his penalty coming up, so he's at the back of the grid. So, but he could play it smart here, so he could actually turn this into a major win. So if I was Vlad, realistically, I'd be going for 10th position. That's where I'd be going, 10th or 9th or 10th. Get up to there, sit there for the rest of the race, then go out for the top of the tree next time out, and then profiteer in race 3. So yeah, it's going to be tricky. It's going to be tricky, I think, where they all play it up. Schneider as well. Great results from Schneider early on, but again, the ballast, he doesn't seem to like to be running around with the ballast. We saw that at Assen, and we saw it at Interlagos as well. He just didn't really like it, but it is what it is. Right, we're into the qualifying session. It is a 15-minute qualifying session. Everyone's going to be bailing out. Basically, they can all get in each other's way until they exit the pit lane, and at the point that they exit the pit lane, they're going to have to sort themselves out. Who is first out? Is it Benny Norton? No, it's going to be Stu Neal. Yeah, Stu Neal is first time out. So he's going to go purple on the board. He's got himself a bit of a clear track. Into 2 Lincoln Co's behind, and then there's Shaw's who's behind that. It's going to be very, very tricky, I think. They're going to have to find themselves some space. They're all just taking shortcuts at this section because it doesn't matter. You're going to start them warming their tyres up. So Shaw's was fastest in qualifying. In free practice 1. So this is the guy I'm expected to put it on the front row. I think that is Benny Wilson. No, that is Cloughy. So Cloughy is trying to get a tow. One of them is getting a tow from somebody else. So that's where we are. We're going to keep on the director suggestions, and we're going to see who's going to come up on the board quickest. It's going to be a times tumbling, I think, from the first lap. Like I said, it's a 1:34 for that opening lap. It's a 1:34 is what we're looking for. A low 1:34. If we can see a 1:33.9, that would be pretty good, but I don't think we're going to see it. Stu Neal is going to be first on the board. This was the final corner I was talking about. This is a very, very tricky section of corners. You run wide here, you get this wrong, you're in the wall. The wall here is absolutely horrific. You do not want to be in it. Right, he's going to go for his flying lap. He's opening on the board. I'll keep an eye on the board as it unfolds. And we'll see who's going to come up with the best times. We're going to see a lot of times popping in as they're all basically getting up into that section. He's going to keep it nice and tidy as we're riding on board with him now through the right-hander. This just keeps going and going and going. He's going to build up speed, down the brakes a little bit, through the right-hander, and then we go through this is the chicane. As we ride on board now, you'll see how much curb they can take. He hasn't taken a lot there. He could take a lot more curb through that sector, and he will have gained a bit as well. That's the key. So it's going to be tricky. He will be purple in that sector of 38.576 because everyone else is going to be basically going in that sector. At the moment of the drivers going through that, Stu Neal, this man here, he's currently coming on board to be in pole. He was top 5 in free practice 1, but we don't know what he was running. Did he do any long runs while they had that opportunity from 4:30 GMT today? We don't know. We do not have that information. This is the long right-hander, a little bit of bump there as he comes up. This is where you can make a mistake. You overrun here and boff into the wall you go. 109, next fastest is Stephen. He's right behind. We'll keep an eye on Stu Neal as he crosses the line through the right-hander. He goes. Not a good overtaking of Jonesy in this sector, but coming up to turn 1. He will be fastest. He's coming up on the board as the fastest driver in that sector. Nobody's really putting anything else on the board. A 133.3, so it's a 132 is what we're looking at. Cloughy's going to go through. He's had a nice little sector. He's going fastest. No, he's not. He's lost a lot. Horn comes in 3rd. Steve's in 4th. Everett goes into 5th. Benny Norton goes fastest. Podiflex currently improving in that sector. Perkis is also improving. He's going to cross the line. It's going to put him at around a 1.5. He's going to go in the middle somewhere, probably around 8th at the current rate. Yeah, into 8th he goes, exactly into 8th. Portugal's going a little bit faster. That should put him somewhere into 10th, providing he hasn't had it yet. Bang, into 10th he goes. Right, Stu Neal's going faster. 0.03 of a second in that opening sector. He doesn't have a toe. This is where he really needs someone in front of him because nobody was faster than him in that sector. He's absolutely on it at the moment. 0.03 of a second faster than anybody else. Benny Norton is currently fastest on a 1:33.271. We might see a 1:32.9. We might see that. And we want to see what Stu can do in his second sector. Still gains 0.03 of a tenth, and that's up. That's 0.03 of a tenth up on 1:33.271. So at the current rate, he is going to put himself directly back into pole position and in at a 1:32. Now, Stu Neal is a race winner. He is a pole sitter, but he hasn't converted a race win from pole. What can he do? Boom, 1:32.5. I didn't think we were going to see the 1:32s, but there it is, 1:32.8. That is going to be mighty to beat. Can this man here get a lovely little toe? Yes, yes he can, but by 0.2 of a second. 0.2 of a second. He's done a 1:32.6. I didn't think we were going to see that, and we're going faster. Poddy's going faster, he's improving. Current rate, that should put him somewhere into 3rd. 0.8 of a second lost, he goes into 4th. Portugal's going faster. He's improving on his lap as well, 1:49. He'll pop somewhere into 12th. He lost it all in that final sector. Right, James Lee's out on his own at the moment. Hasn't set a time, nor is Vlad. Vlad's just sitting in the pits at the moment because he has that race ban. But what he should really be doing is there's no harm in him going out to qualifying. He should really be running around now, testing out that weight, that balance of the car, because he will have no balance on the car, so no weight on the vehicle. So he should be looking at that 10th. That's where Vlad, if I was Vlad, I'm not, but if I was, I'd be looking at a 10th place finish and profiteer in race 2. That's the goal. That's what I'd be looking at. Points equal prizes. Right, James Lee, not on the board yet. Carl Smith has got himself into 16th. Schneider's down in 15th. Lopez is in 13th, and he's winning the war. Don't forget, Lopez is in CA3 category, currently in 13th, and he's fighting Carl Smith, currently down in 17th position. At the moment, top 10 separated by less than 1 second. Benny Norton's going a bit faster. He's going a lot faster. 0.07 of a second. He's got a lovely little toe. And he's going to pop himself in. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. He goes faster, but not fast enough. So he's got himself a 1:32.56. Yeah, he's 1:32.6. Craig Deek's improving as well. He's currently 2.1 second off the race lead. Provisional pole position. He should put himself somewhere in the middle. Pops himself into 14th. Cloughy's going a bit faster. How's Paul Hands doing? Paul Hands is in sector 1. Let's ride on board now with Paul Hands. I am keeping an eye on the board. Shaw's is currently leading on a 1:32.5. That is going to be a mighty time to beat. Through the left hand, he's in the 99. This is a Seat Cupra, by the way. Through the right hander we go. This is the last but 1 year. Left hander keeps it nice and tidy. Then it's another right hander. It's a series of left, right, left, right, left, right. He's run wide. That's cost him precious time there. Precious time has been lost from running wide, and he's 0.3 off his own personal best. He's not going to go any faster, I don't think. He's popped himself into 6th. He's currently 6th, but I don't think he's 0.7 off, so near as this makes no difference. Right, Ian Deeney, race winner. He's also at it. What can he do from here? He's 0.3 of a second off. He's got a bit of damage on the front there. I don't know if he's been off or the game's had a little bit of a blip. There's Carl Smith in the background in the Audi. Through the right-hander we go. This is the corner I was talking about. You need a good drive off here. But if you can hug the rear end of the car behind, you'll get a lovely slingshot into turn 1. then you've got to use that time wisely. Ian Deeney puts him into 7th, so he's gone up into 7th. Craig Deek is improving. Schneider's improving as well. Where's Remo Schneider? He's in the 82 white Hyundai Elantra. There it is. Not a race winner yet, but he is slowly moving up the grid. This is important for Schneider. He's 1.2 seconds off, so he'll put him somewhere. At this current pace, he'll be into 16th. Yeah, he's pushing himself up there, but Gabriel Lopez is the one who's really racing at the moment, and he's in... Basically, Gabriel Lopez is in 15th position, and he's in no man's land at the moment. He really can't make a dent to 14th, and nobody from 16th to 18th can really catch him. What can this man do here? Remo Schneider, 2.9, doesn't improve. No improvement on that. 5 minutes 54 of the qualifying session remaining. Do I think we're going to see some time stumbling? I don't know. It's going to be tough. They're going to have to work together. With going to be a 140 lap with a 132 go round. So they'll basically get one go round if they're not already out. So yeah. Lee Horner is 4 thousandths of a second off provisional pole position. That is unbelievably fast. Can he improve to 4th at this current rate? If he can keep it up that final corner, he should go into 2nd, maybe 1st. Once he put himself into 3rd. 3rd, he lost 0.2 of a second in that final sector. He's going to get, he's out on track, so he will get 2 more goes depending on how much car he's got, how much fuel he's got in the car. Right, this is what I was talking about before. So the Hyundais and Shaw's are all working together to provide an improvement. And this is what I was talking about in the build-up to this. The top 1, 2, 3, 4 positions out the top 5 drivers, 4 of them are now working together. Cloughy's down in 12th. Where is Clough? He's kind of on his own. He needs to get himself a bit further up the tree. 6/10 off. Yeah, he needs to get himself further up that tree, because then effectively one team is basically holding the top 5 positions. And that's what they've got to do. That's what they've got to do. They've got to play this smart. And that's what they're up to now. So Stu Neal is helping Shaw's get a slingshot, basically. And he's unballasted, you see. So Shaw's is unballasted. He's the guy who's we're riding on board with now, currently sitting in provisional pole position on a 132.5. The man ahead is Stu Neal, and then behind that is another one of the teammates. And that's going to compromise him. That's going to compromise him. He's had to let off the go-go pedal. That's going to compromise him into that sector. So that lap is completely abandoned. Completely abandoned. And he was up in Sector 1. He was up in Sector 1. So that's gone. Stephen's going a bit faster, so he's 6/10 off. He's currently just over a second off the fastest time for the pole sitter. But he should improve at this current rate. He should get himself possibly top 10. Possibly top 10 if he can keep this up. Cross the line. 8th, can he cross the line? He needs to get 800ths of a second. He's going to be a 133, I think. That should pop him middle of the table. Yeah, top 10. Top 10, which is a good result for him. He really struggled last time out at Interlagos. Didn't really like that track, but it's pushed him off. Right, we'll keep his Shaw's at the moment. Lee Horn, currently 3rd. He's out on track as well. Is he improving? He's just ahead of the road, actually. So he's going to go through Sector 1 first. 2:58. Yeah, basically this is it. This is the last lap. It's going to be 3 minutes. Yeah, this is the last lap. This will be the last lap they've got, unless they they can't even abandon the lap. So let's see what Lee can do. Can Lee Horn do anything from here? Can he put himself onto it? Perkis, fan favourite Perkis. He's not come up on stream yet. Where is Perkis? He's not racing. That's probably why I've not seen. There he is. No, Perkis is there. He's behind Portugal. He's in 11th position at the moment. Very clever place to be for Perkis, actually. If he can get himself into 10th, he can get himself that podium position. He should get past Portugal, but you're going to have to be patient at this racetrack. He's lost that sector, so he's not going any faster. Steve is going faster, 0.03 of a second off provisional pole position. If he can keep this up, it should put him top 6. Should put him top 6 if he can do this. He's been maintaining 0.3 of a second in Sector 1 and Sector 2. That's off personal best. 3/10 off, you should go up into top 6. 7th, 400ths of a second. Slightly off. What can this man do here? Can Remo Schneider go a bit faster? They're all now with 1 minute 34. If they're not on a lap, they're not going to get. They're basically not going to go anywhere from here. So this will be it. This will be the checkered flag. Lights out as it currently stands. So this will be Remo Schneider's last lap. What can he do from this position? Can he get himself a little bit of a qualification? Can he improve? No, he doesn't. Paul Hans is now going to cross the line. No, he doesn't improve either. Ian Deaney is going faster. Where's Lee Horn? Lee Horn's just he's going to cross the line, but yeah, he's abandoned the lap. Ian Deaney's on a lap. 4/10 of a second. He's not going to make that up, so I think he's going to abandon his lap. Alex Everett, 2/10 up in that sector. Yeah, he's not going to go any faster, to be perfectly honest. Unless somebody magically makes him go faster, he's not going to be going any faster. Stephen was the 68, the car on your right side. I don't think he's going faster either. Vlad's just in the pits because he's got a penalty. Yeah, they've all just abandoned it. Stevens just not going to go any faster from here. Remo Schneider's still out here, and Carl Smith. Not really spoke about Carl Smith, but he's down in 18th. So there's your classifications. Shaw's followed by Benny, followed by Lee Horn, by Neil, by Flack. Everett's in 6th. Stevens in 7th. Good position for Steve. Hans is another solid in the middle in 8th. Deaney's 9th. Clough is 10th. Portugal is 11th. Perkis is 12th. Deeks is 13th. Lee is 14th. Ward is 15th. Schneider is 16th. Lopez is 17th. Smith is 18th. And Vlad Tatra is down in 19th position. He's serving his race penalty. But watch out for Vlad. Watch out for Vlad. And I'm telling you this right now. And Cloughy, actually. Because Cloughy, I think, is faster than the pace that he's given. I think he's out to shave the ballast off, if I'm honest. Because, effectively, if the top 4 can all hold themselves up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The top 5 finish as they are. Then Cloughy finishes in, say, 10th or just 1 behind Everett. He's in a position here to turn this around. So, yeah, he needs to be a bit cleverer here. And that's the key. It's all about being a little bit cleverer. So Cloughy's out. We might see his true pace now. I don't think we've seen Clough's true pace, if I'm perfectly honest. Scooby Sims, that's Perkis. Nice to see you. Nice to see you back on stream. Good luck. Good luck for tonight. Hopefully, if you can get a good result from 12th position on the grid. Benny Norton, second fastest. He's on the front road with Shaw's. Another Hyundai Elantra. And there you can see Everett and Vlad, number 11 and number 68. On the side, and yeah, they're all going to basically get themselves ready. It's going to be tricky. It's a 4-minute warm-up. They've got 4-minute warm-up. And we'll go from there. So if you're just joining us, hello and welcome to the World Touring Car Challenge. That's me. That's not me. That's where we are. It's round 6, the 2nd of the 11th. That's today. And we are at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for Crest Autosport. We have a Discord. Check us out. It is brilliant. Great selection of people. There is a link in the description. I don't know why I'm pointing down because you can't see me. There's the list of the cars you run. Basically, just drive the Lincoln Co. It's the best looking car, and it just is, hands down. But no, they're all different, and they all have different positives and negatives to them. So yeah, you have to find the one you want, and that's a little bit of info for you. It's the road course. It's £4.34. It's the Indianapolis Motor Speedway in Indiana, US of A, and that's where we are. And we are race 1. So, qualifying results. Shaw's and Norton front row, followed by Horner and Neil. Then you've got Flack, Everett, Stephen Hans, Ian Deaney, Clough, Portugal, Perkis, Deeks, Lee Ward, Schneider, Lopez, Smith, and Vlad. And that's your top 19 that are coming through this evening. We are race 1. It's 15 minutes, around 21:20. So it'll actually be a little bit more than that, about 21:25, and that's race 1. Then we go into race 2 and race 3, taking you up to around 10:30 this evening. I'm your commentator. That's me. I had more hair there than I've got now. I'm Andy Pawley, and I'm here for the duration of this evening's festivities. It's going to be exciting. I can see quite a lot of you watching. Please get yourself on stream, get yourself and watch it and type. I wouldn't recommend driving and typing, if I'm perfectly honest. That's probably not a good idea, but there we go. Who's my 50p on? We always talk about who's my 50p going to be on for race winner. Race 1, I'm going to put it down to Shaw's. 100% my 50p is going to be on Shaw's. Benny Norton, I don't think so, because he does well when he leads from the front, but he doesn't really qualify that. Everett's got 40 kilograms on board, so he will struggle. Steve, down in 8th position, coming on there. You can see him, he's saying good luck all, nice to see you. Yeah, good luck to everybody. Do I think Steve's going to take the victory? Well, I don't know. He's unballasted, and as we've seen during the first couple of races that I've commentated on, if he can get into that groove, if he's got the setup just right, there is a real good possibility that he could do that. So, yeah, that's going to be very, very interesting, I think. Or does he go for a race two victory? That's the thing. That's where it gets really tricky, because you've got to play the numbers sometimes as we get to the final 3 races of the season. Carl Smith, nice to see you on stream, Carl Smith. Again, don't type and drive. That's probably not a good idea. Carl Smith's down in number 18. He is racing in CA3 category. He is fighting Gabriel Lopez, so it is very, very important. So if we actually bring up the drivers for you, not that one. Is it that one? I've forgotten. There you can see, far right side. Gabriel Lopez is first on 201 points, and Carl Smith is on 190 points. So those two have been locked in battles all single race and all single season. So it's very, very important for them. Callum Jones, nice to see you on stream. If you're not already a Discord member, have a look in our Discord below. Get yourself on the Discord. Great bunch of guys. It's for everybody, this. It's open setups, but everyone will help you out. And if you're really bad at driving like I am, you just talk. And that's the easiest way of doing it. So here we go. We're going to go across to race 1. Yeah, my 50p is still on Shaw's. If he can get a breakaway, and I think that's what they're going to do realistically, I think the top 5, possibly top 6, are basically, I think they're just going to work together. I don't think we're going to see a lot of overtakes really on that top 5. I think they're going to be playing the longer game tonight, because they've got to claw some of these points back to Alex, who's currently leading the championship. And to get that deficit back, you've got to race smart. And it's stuff like this that makes you race smart. And that's the key, because ultimately Shaw's is climbing the table. Yes, he'll carry ballast. And take a race, I suspect he'll be taking race 1 victories through the entire season now. But that crucially takes points away from the top lot. So, yeah, it's going to be tricky. It's going to be very, very tricky, I think. But 21 seconds to go, not the band, the racing. 15 minutes. Hopefully my voice is going to last long enough that we can actually talk through all of this. Here we go. Hold on to yourselves. Who is going to get a good drive away? It's 15 minutes to go. We're looking at Stu Neal's currently in 4th position. Watch the lights at the top, and it's go, 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 and it's lights out, and away we go into that first corner, and this heli camera is rubbish. Lee Horn's had a fantastic start. The 2 Hyundais have had a horrible start. Benny Norton's currently in 1st position. As they all climb into that first corner, Benny Norton's come across to the right. Shaw's, a little bit of a squeeze there from Lee Horn in that 69. Has he managed to get the car done? Yes, he has. As they all now start to squeeze through, you can see at the back there, Steve and Paul Hans. Paul Hans is right behind. Can he do anything? Can he do anything from this position? Alex Everett, slow down penalty. Already it's started to go wrong from him as they come through that first corner. Have they been able to do anything? Have they been able to gain anything in here? That's Perkis. He's in 11th position. He's absolutely doing everything he needs to do. What can he do now as they all stream through into that first corner? Jeff Perkis is going wide. Is he going to go around the outside of Ian Deeney? Ooh, a little bit of touch there from Shaw's in front. Paul Hans, side by side, 2x2 through this left-hander, through the right-hander. Perkis is down to 12th. What can he do here? He's got a Hyundai to the right and he's got air to the left. Whoa, a little bit of a bang touch there. Completely legal in this type of racing. But look at Portugal. Portugal in that number 55 is all over the rear end. And now he's up the front end as we ride from the rear camera. Lopez and Ward are showing up as not boarding. There is Schneider, Remo Schneider in the 88. Portugal closed that door solidly shut from Perkis. So you're not coming through. Right, Flack and Horner side by side. Poddy Flack is in the number 5, left side, Hyundai Elantra. The right side, left side of your screen now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That number 5 there, that's Lee Horner. He's in the 69. But look how much less power that car has. And Stu Neal is giving his teammate, well, not his teammate, his de facto teammate, a lovely little tow. Cloughy is side by side with Hans. Cloughy's in the number 5, left side. Hans is the number 99. He's going to put a flake in it, but he isn't tonight. Oh, Hans has gone a bit wide. That's opened the door for Ian Deaney. Jeff Perkis, slow down penalty. That's not going to help him against Rodriguez. A lovely little old switcheroo there for Ian Deaney. He sells in the dummy, ticks the box, says, see, I'm out of here. Now his next call on the road is going to be Ian D. It's going to be Michael Clough. Michael Clough just ahead of him. There he is, Hyundai Elantra. Absolutely exquisite driving there. Right, Poddy Flack's on the back of Neil. These two need to make a really sharp exit. A very sharp exit. Stevens up to 7th. Cloughy's in 8th, starting 10th. The question is, can Cloughy get past Stephen? This is it. He's playing the long game. This is a tactical game here, I think he's playing. He'll probably come on stream at some point and probably say, nope, that's not what I'm doing. Lopez and Ward are in the pits, so they're out. Didn't see what happened to them. Perkis is on the back of Portugal, trying to keep an eye on the two battles. He's not on the back, he's side by side. Oh, he's nearly there. There's Perkis. He's down in 13th position, riding now back from Craig Deeks. There, he's in 11th position. There is 12th and 13th. It is Hyundai versus Seat versus Alfa Romeo. 3 different manufacturers, 2 different nationalities, all racing on the same piece of tarmac. Sensational stuff. 11 minutes 43 to go. Building up that speed now. There is Perkis. He's right on the rear end now. There's Cloughy. He's Ian Deaney, sorry. We're running on board with Ian Deaney. Does he sell him a dummy? Does he try to do anything? No, he thinks better of it. That little Alfa Romeo just doesn't have the high gear. It just needs another gear. It needs an 8th gear, or maybe a 7th, because it's only got 6 in the box, and it just cannot do it. Benny Norton's checked himself out on front. Shaw's in 2nd. Neil is in 3rd. Flack is in 4th. Horn's in 5th. Everett is in 6th. And that 40 kilograms is going to start to struggle. He is currently the race leader, sorry, not the race leader, the championship leader, down in 6th position. I don't think there's going to be any argy-bargy ahead at the moment. Right, Schneider is on the back of Perkis. I don't know if Perkis has broken something because he's going backwards fast. He could really be struggling. There's Vlad. Vlad is making progress. He's not the fastest at the moment. He's down in a 1:34.567. Carl Smith, this is important for Carl Smith. Right, Cloughy is now on the back of Stephen. There is Stephen. Right behind, it is Link and Co. versus Hyundai. And these two, Stephen isn't really in the title chance. Whoa, Cloughy's going to sail it up the inside. Hans is on the back of Deaney, but he doesn't manage to do it. We're watching Clough again. See what he can do from here. Cloughy's, doesn't get it done. No, he doesn't. The door was open, but he just couldn't slot the needle. And as a result, he's back into 8th position. But this is where he needs to be clever. This is where he really needs to think about that championship point. He needs to get into 7th position and then just hold station for race 2. Get that reverse grid, lose the balance, tick the box. Remo Schneider, he's in the number 86. He's trying to go for one here. He's going to go up the inside of Perkis. Perkis in the 69. Does he do it? Yes, he does. Perkis is going back. Perkis is really struggling. Has he broken something? Is something not pointing in the right direction as we go through this right-hander? Then we go into the other right-hander. No, I think he's just struggling. Neil is now on the back of George. George is slowing down. That's peculiar. So Shaw's is the car on the left, the 69. The 79, and he's just let Neil past. I wonder if there's a tactical game going on. There's a lot going on that we need to keep an eye on through the board. Right, Hans is on the back here. Hans is on the back of Deaney. There is Hans. He's in 10th position. Prime position for a race 2 victory. Don't forget, race 2 is top 10 or reversed. Right, now if we look at Neil, Neil is the massive cork in this bottle. We're on board with Neil. There is Shaw's. There is Poddy Flack. Yeah, it's tactical switch. It's a full-on tactical switch. That is some long game playing going on there. I don't think Shaw's has damaged the car. Let's see if all the wheels are pointing in the right direction. I don't think he's got aero damage. I really don't think. I think he's being the rear gunner here. Looking at the board, yes, he is. He's being the rear gunner for Cloughy. This is what's going on. I think Cloughy is getting some helping hand from the guys ahead. Sensational tactical play. This is what I was talking about last time out. So Everett now has to get this job done. He's going to have to get a move on. But look at Cloughy. He goes round the outside, up the inside of Everett, takes the position. Sensational move. He says, thank you very much. See you later. More points equal prizes, don't forget. Sensational up the inside of everybody. Now that was an exceptional tactical move there, I think, from the guys ahead, and that's what kicked it all off. It's all to play for with 8 minutes to go, but now the tyres are going to be playing into this. Right, Paul Hans is on the back of this, and Schneider and Portugal are back in it. There's Vlad. Vlad's in the 15, number 12 right at the back. Schneider's going to try and sell him a dummy. He thinks better of it. Carl Smith is at the back, and he's more importantly getting points, and that's what he needs. He needs points for prizes. This is Ian Deeney riding on board now with Ian Deeney, and as you can see there, Shaw's, I don't know, I think Shaw's actually has, no, he's backing him up again. Shaw's is backing Horn up, so Cloughy can go round the outside. Tactical move 100. This is what I was talking about before. This is the danger that Shaw's can bring to this type of racing, but Cloughy has left himself open there to Everett. Everett trying to sneak up the inside, but Cloughy just closes that door solidly shut and says, you're not coming through. And the front three have now checked themselves out. They've now got a gap that effectively means that they're going to be running on their own. Shaw's is trying to give a little bit of a tow there. They're trying to break the toe there from Lee, so Lee can't get it. But Cloughy now, he doesn't need to do anything more, really. He just needs to sit there. He's fast in that Hyundai. He's got Norton's Neil Flack and Shaw's ahead of him, who are all going to help him in this tactical battle. We will watch how that unfolds. This is Paul Hans. He's in 10th position. He's racing Stephen, who's down to 9th now against Ian Deeney. And we ride on board now with Paul Hans. Here he is in 10th position. He is fighting the man ahead, but also having to defend from Craig Deep behind, who's up into 11th position. He's getting a solid result this time out. But Schneider is once again trying to go up the inside of Portugal. It's just not going to work at that corner. They're thinking a lot better of that. They're thinking tactically now about how to get forward. Schneider, that Hyundai just isn't fast in that sector. Right, Cloughy's on the back or the side of of Horner. Horner's in at that number 5, riding on board now from the number 5, 5th position. Clough's gone around the outside. He's not going to go around there, but Everett's got Ian Deeney all over his rear end now, so that's going to keep him occupied for that section. Cloughy's just going to go around the outside. Cloughy's going to go around the outside, but the problem is that's going to allow Everett to follow him through. So every time Cloughy's making a move, Everett is saying, well, if you're going for it, I'm going for it. It's 1 by 1, 2 by 2. It's Noah's Ark. They're following each other up the ramp, checking themselves out to the checkered flag. And that's what's really, really going to hurt them as it comes over to that second part of the race. 5 minutes 16 seconds remaining. So let's see how this develops and what they can do from this sector. It's going to be very, very tricky now to what they can actually do from where they are and how they're going to get there. Through the left, right-hander we go. Position 6, there's Everett. Michael Cloughy's changed positions with Shaw's, and then from there we will actually see what is going to happen. And let's see how they develop through the left-hander. Nice to keep it nice and tidy. No heroics. I am fully aware the chat is going mad with somebody who's spamming us, so I will sort that out post-race, so just ignore that for now. 5 minutes. Less than 5 minutes to go till the end of the race. But how are they going to do it? How are they going to hold on to that position? Is he going to do anything from here? Shaw's is in that. He's holding Everett up now. Shaw's is absolutely holding Everett up. Shaw's is in the 79. Everett is going to go up the inside, but that's just not going to work. Shaw's is going to close the door, and the problem is that's going to allow Lee Horn to sneak through that. Absolutely sensational thing from there. It's all kicking off in the final 3 minutes to get through for that second. And what can we do from here now? Can he do anything? Can he hold on to anything? Vlad's up to 15th in the back, but look at Alex. He's now got Ian Deaney, Lee Horn and Stephen all up his rear end. But Alex will lose an absolutely loads and loads of weight on board that car, and that's what's going to be key now for his races 2 and 3. Races 2 is a reverse grid, don't forget, and that's going to be very, very important in terms of holding on to that position. So that's what we're going to have to be careful of. That's what we're going to have to hold on to it. So it's going to be very, very tricky from where we go now. So let's see what he can do from here. Let's see how he can develop this. What can he push through for this final sector? Benny Norton's currently leading. He's absolutely miles out at the front of the grid by 2.1 seconds. And I think it's all kind of calmed down in that middle sector. Craig Deek is in 11th position. And he's on the back of Paul Hans. There is Paul Hans riding on board with him now. He's in 11th position. Behind that is in Portugal in 12th. Behind that, they're all kind of fighting each other. Craig Dean goes up the inside of Portugal. He's in the number 19. What can he do from here? This is what's going to be very, very tricky. This is what's going to be very, very tense from this sector. Right, Ian Deaney is side by side. Well, he's not side by side, he's on the back. It's 2 laps to go, including this one. Cloughy, track limits abuse. Can Ian Deaney sail it up the inside? No, he can't. Yes, he can. No, he can't. But Stephen is going to get passed by Horn. Yes, he is. Stephen's down to 9th position. But that'll put him on front row for race 2. So that's what's going to be very, very tricky and very, very good for the second half of the race. Ferrari for race 2. Right, 1 minute 53 to go. You know, there will be 2 laps, including this one, because it's a 1 minute 40. They're roughly doing 1 minute 30 at the front, because Benny Norton's just driving on his own at the moment. He's doing nothing more than that. So he's absolutely holding on to that position as it stands. So Ian Deaney in 7th position. There he is. He is tacking the back of Alex Everett, but it's not going any further at the moment. Hans is in prime position to put himself onto the front row in race 2 with Stephen right beside him. Ian Deaney is in 7th position. Like I said, followed by Horn in 8th and Stevens in 9th. We're watching Paul Hans. It's not really progressing. Vlad is progressing to the back. I think he's playing that tactical game at the moment, which is what you need to do. Right, 1 more lap to go, and that will be it. Race 1 will be over. The guys at the front have checked themselves out. Through the left-hander they need to go. Needs to keep it nice and tidy here. Riding on board with Lee Horn, just ahead of him. It's not that person. This is Ian Deaney. Riding on board with Ian Deaney. He's in 7th position. He is fighting the car ahead. He's basically going to get 1 go at this. 1 go before it all goes wrong. Everett's gone defensive immediately. Tries to close the gap. But Ian Deaney just holds it. He's going to have to dart out and take a brave pill into that braking zone if he wants to get it. He's side by side. They're 2 by 2. Does he get the job done? No, he doesn't. Yes, he does. No, he doesn't. They're side by side. He's going to be a bang, bang wallop. Ooh, there's an Elia coming together there. They just hold on to that position. Lights flashing there from Ian Deaney going, oh, we can't be doing that. That's left for the race people to look at, not me. Through the right, left-hander they go. Left, right-hander. Needs to keep it nice and tidy. No heroics. Do no absolutely stupid stuff here. The problem now is Ian Deaney has Lee Horn right beside him. Does he go up the inside? Yes, he does. 269 side by side. Needs to keep it nice and tidy. Through the right-hander. Ian should hold that position. Yes, he does, because he had the inside line. And that's key. Stephen just needs to hold station. He doesn't need to do anything else now. Same as Paul Hans. Paul Hans is a fast driver. He's been lapping in the 133.2s. His last lap was a 133.2. So he is fast. He is fast. He's not the fastest driver out there. That would be Stephen. So there is a real possibility that these two could take race victories and could actually take a race victory in race 2. Right, your winner, Benny Norton, takes the pole, takes the position, followed by Neil, by Flack, by Clough and Shores. Now that was a tactical game from those. Everett was in the walls a bit, but he finishes in 7th. Deaney finishes in 6th. Deaney is 7th. Lee is 8th. Stephen is 9th. Prime position for Steen and prime position for Paul in 10th. Portugal is in 11th. Deeks is in 12th. Jeff is in 13th. Schneider's in 14th. 5th is 15th is Tatra. Vlad. Then you've got Carl Lopez is a DNF, and Alex Ward is a DNF. And that's how the race stacks up. But Benny Norton, to confirm, is your race 1 winner. And what a race. What an absolutely sensational race there. It was a pure art of tactical play there by teams. And that's how they did it. Absolutely sensational. Right, I will be popping off while I sort out the chat, and I will be back. Right, I am back. We've got rid of the Yul Carter 777. No idea who he was or who that person was, but we have reported and removed them. So they are gone. No more are they on the channel. It happens sometimes. That's what happens as we gain popularity. People just seem to come on and do stupid things, as always. Right. Hello, everybody. Am I here? Yes, I am. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the commentary box. I am a bit ill. I do apologise. I know I've said that before. So my voice is very, very croaky as it stands out at the moment. We'll keep an eye on the chat, see if anything comes up as it is. We're just waiting for this to tick over, and then we will go into our second race. But what a different race again. And this was the thing that I was talking about last week with Alex in the drivers at the end of the race, is that with enough people in a team, you can play tactically. And basically, I think Cloughy is basically the nearest competitor to Alex in terms of the CA1 championship. So as it stands, what they've been doing is exactly what I was saying is the best way of beating Alex effectively. And that's no disrespect to Alex at all. I mean, it's one of those things is that if you're the top of the table, you're going to use all of the tools in your, and you're further behind, you're going to use all of the tools in your toolbox to try and beat that driver. Unfortunately, the front three were too far ahead. Benny, Neil, and Poddy, they were too far ahead for them to make anything of that. But Shaw's was the fastest, and he just went backwards. But tactically, and this is the key now, Shaw's will be having ballast on board that car. He'll have it for the next round. Because don't forget, ballast is based off qualifying. So he'll be carrying 40 kilograms on board that car. So that's going to completely change the dynamic of that car. But no, he won't. He won't have 40 kilograms. Yes, he will. He'll have 40 kilograms on board because ballast is based off your qualifying position, not your race one finish. So he's going to have 40 kilograms on board that car. And that's going to really, really hurt him, I think. It's going to really, really hurt him for this race, second race. But, yeah. And you can see already, if you look at the screen here, that one, yeah, that one, that one. It's like over there. He's already out on track. That's who we're watching now, is Shaw's. So he's already out there he's going to be out now for the next, I suspect, he's going to fuel the car up. for the maximum time allowed, and he's going to be trying out what speed he can now extract from that car. And that's where it gets really, really tricky and really, really difficult. They're going to have to start playing tactically, you see. So, yeah, that's going to make it super interesting and in a whole different type of dynamic that I don't think we've seen yet this season. So, yeah, they're just going for points, maximum points for effectively what would be their lead driver. But they're playing the game effectively because you need to shave off that weight. You effectively have to take a penalty in race 1 to gain positions in race 2 and 3, and that's what they're up to. It is essentially what I was talking about last week and in the conversation. So that's going to make it super exciting. Right, 17 drivers in so far. So nobody on the chat again. Your chat's up and running again. We're over here. As you can see, my voice will be gone by the end of the day. It's pretty much going now. Right, who do I think my money's on? So that's not in the comment yet, but who do I think my money's on? I'm going to put my money on Steven in 9th position, the Belgian. I'm going to put it on the Belgian. In 9th position. He was his best lap was a 132.218. I think it was at a 133. No, it was a 133. Lee Horn was a 132. Ian Deaney was a 133 point. Oh, it's tricky. It's tricky. It's tricky. Yeah, it's tricky. Who do I put my 50p on? I'm going to put it on Paul. I'm going to put it on Steve. My 50p is on Steve. I'm putting my 50p on Steve. He's in the groove at the moment, and he's got Horn and Deaney behind him. They will work together, but effectively Hans and Steve need in 10th and 9th now need to get on the phone. Who will be first and second? Need to get on the phone to each other and say, look, let's not fight each other for the first 10 minutes. Let's get that tactical advantage. They need about 3 seconds gap, and then they can start moving forward. And in that middle phase, so from around 7 minutes to around 10 minutes, they need to manage their tyres, and that's key. That is key to this track for them to do that. Right, over to the chat. Scoop Sim Racing, yes, that's Perkis. That was a tough race. So Perkis actually started top 10, and he finished himself down in 13th. Yeah, tough race for Perkis. Yeah, I'd agree. I mean, if you can give us some insight into what went on for that race, that would be super interesting, actually, because you had early speed. Perkis had speed at the opening 5 minutes, and then it just kind of went backwards. So I'm not entirely sure what happened there. Maybe you can give us some insight. If you're wondering as well, moving forward, I just haven't had time, unfortunately, this week. Perkis does actually live stream as well, so I just need to get it okay, and then what will happen is within this you can also see at some point if I'm allowed to do it. I have to ask for permission from the boss. I will see if I can put Perkis' stream in there for you. If we can, I will be asking if I can pinch his stream and feed that into our stream, but that takes a little bit of magic. And that takes a bit of time. So we'll see how that pans out through the season. Right. We have 4 minutes left of this over to before we go into the race. It's race 2. And if you're just joining us now, I'm Andy Pawley. I am your commentator. I've been here since week 3, I think. Week 3. I'll be with you now for the next 2 races, unless my voice completely goes. And then I won't be with you. You'll just be silent. This round 6 at the Indianapolis Speedway. And if you're wondering, yes, we are on race 2. This is a reverse grid of the top 10 of the finishing positions of race 1. Ballast is reset, and ballast is from race 2. Is from your qualifying positions. And so that's how it all stacks up. So on the front row for race 2 will be Paul, Hans and Stephen. Second row will be Horn, then Deaney. Third row will be Everett and Shores. Then you'll have Cloughy and Flack, and then the row before you go into the 11th to 18th positions will be Neil and Norton. So that's going to be how the race stacks up. There's all the cars we use. If you know my opinion, you know I love the Lincoln Co. I think it's the best car that was ever invented, period, fact. And that's just science. There is no actual science to it, it's just science. Hyundais are currently leading the championships. There was 2 Honda Civics in the championship, but unfortunately we haven't seen them since Assen, which is a shame. But the Honda is a little bit of a tricky animal to drive. You either can drive it or you can't, and that's the end of it. The Audi's a cracking car, and the little Alfa Romeo struggles on this track predominantly because this is a power track. Which is why the top 4 drivers were all Hyundais. And there's the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. That's how much it will cost you on race room experience. £4.34 of your English pennies. It is 9 right and 5 left. It's a 14-turn circuit established in 1908, 2.4 miles. As I said, if you want to join us, come and join us. Yeah, my voice is now going, so it'll have to be very careful. And we'll see how that stacks up for the rest of the day. If you're thinking about joining us, check the link out. Check the link out in the descriptions. Like and subscribe as always. We do leave the chat open, but you will get yourself banned, as we've just seen from the person who was just on the live stream. I'm not sure where he turned up from or or this person turned up from where, but essentially they've got themselves banned. So yeah, they're not coming back again. Check it out. It's a real nice little circuit. It is touring car, and as a result, there's always it's not GT3 racing, to put it mildly. So if your thing is GT3 racing, which is great, we also do Porsches at Crest and rallying as well. If GT is your thing, again, check it out. It's absolutely great. We do that as well. But touring car isn't GT racing. It is a little bit of a door banging, so it has a different type of feel to it. But if you're thinking about joining it, the base game is free. Get yourself a free game. You can run around on the servers. It's well worth it. And then after you've got that base game, wait until there's a discount, and that's what I would recommend. We're coming to the end of the season. You can join in mid-season. You are allowed to do that at Crest Autosport. But the best and cheapest way is effectively to get yourself when the whole thing's on discount, which with the Black Friday deal coming up, that's what I would recommend. That's the cheapest and best way of getting the best value out of this game. Right, practice is over, and then we go into the 1-minute garage session, and then we'll go from there. So Cloughy has put in a time of 1:32.694 with assistance. So yeah, he has an ability here. He can actually do it. It's going to be very interesting, I think. It's going to be a very, very interesting race because essentially you've got drivers all on different strategies. And if we bring up the Drivers' Championship, and this is what's important, Michael Clough is second on 419 points, and Alex Everett is 495 points. Lee Horn is down there, and Vlad is at the back of the grid at the moment. So Vlad's in prime position to get himself a good race 3 victory. Norton, Flack and Neil are all effectively together. And they're all working together. Now, Shaw's is right down the other end. So he's effectively, the only way that he's going to play into this championship is by effectively using his, by basically being the rear gunner. And this is how it's going to be tactically. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting, I think, as we come into the final rounds of the season. It's going to be very, very interesting. So that's not what I want. This is what I want. We've got Montonago. So we've got Montigue on the East Course. That's on next week. And then the week after, we might possibly be at Pau. You pronounce it Pau. P-A-U. It's in the base of the Pyrenees. Fantastic little place to go. If you've ever been there, I would recommend it. Great classical race circuit. They run the F4s round there and some historical race cars as well. So I would recommend going there as well. Right, it's going to be 15 minutes into race 2. Hopefully it will all go out, but that turn 1 is going to be very, very tricky, I think. That turn 1 is what's going to really cause a lot of drivers, I think, to have a lot of issues. Here we go, lights out nearly. You'll see the board at the top. Who's going to get a good start? Let's watch. Alex, can he get a good launch? That is mighty. He's now unbalanced. There's a lot of less ballast in that car. And it's go, go, go. It's lights out. Does he get a good launch into that first corner? He's still holding on to 5th position. He's alongside Iandini. He's in a little Astra. Not little Astra. He's in the car on the left. He's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th car in the row. But look at the gaggle of Hyundais right behind you. Can he get past? Cloughy's already up the side of Everett. He's going to hang it out the inside, but is he going to hold it up enough? No, he isn't. He's going to follow him up the inside. This is exactly what he needs to do to get the lead moving. Stevens taken the lead. That's where my 50p was. Paul Hans is on the side of Lee Horn. Can Lee do anything from here? Lee Horn is a race winner. So there's a contact in the back. Who's that? That's Carl Smith. Carl Smith is at the back. Paul Hans now is at the back of all of this. And there you can see Paul Hans riding from the rear camera. Whoa, you can see Alex Everett's gone wide. He's going to try and mug all of them into the first corner. That was never going to work into there. That was somebody had to break out, and that's unfortunately allowed Michael Clough to go up the inside. Cloughy's just going to do all he can here. He's hit the brakes a little bit. He hit the brakes. That's pushed him wide. The two teammates have come together. So that's resulted in them having a little bit of a squeaky bum time. That's not going to work out for them. But look at Paul Hans. Paul Hans in the 99. That's where my 50p would have been placed, but he's going to try and battle it out now with Lee Horn. Lee Horn's into 3rd position. Can he do anything from here? Can he hold on to it? Lopez is on the back of Warren. Keep an eye on this battle at the moment. Lee Horn is the cork in the bottle. This is Lee Horn. He's in 3rd. There is Paul Hans. He's in 4th, riding on the back now of Paul Hans. There is Alex Everett. Paul Hans just needs to stay defensive. He doesn't need to do anything heroic here. He doesn't need to hold on to anything. And there you can see Cloughy, and you can see Everett is trying to do everything he can to stop Cloughy going up the inside. The battle is on. It's the Hyundais. It's 4 Hyundais, 3 Hyundais versus 1 guy on his own. You get the feeling if Cloughy gets past, Flack and Norton will mug him. And he will go backwards, so he's got to stay in front. This is the battle. Iandini is on the back of Stephen at the moment. Stephen is doing all he can. He's currently in 1st position, but look at Paul Hans. Paul Hans is playing into this card as well. I am keeping an eye on that lead battle to see what progresses through that. Shaw's is all the way down in 11th position. Cloughy is again trying to get past Everett. He's going to have to look him as clever there. That was just a little mistake, I think. That was a little mistake. Everett there is trying to do what he can. The 2 teammates again, Flack and Norton, they need to be communicating with each other. That's what they need to do. But the problem now is Everett, riding on board with Everett, now has Flack. The battle at the front is currently gapped to 2/10 of a second. I am keeping an eye on that as it unfolds. But look at this. Poddy now is going to try to get past. And Cloughy is on the back of Hans as well. So he's going to start going forward. So at the moment, Everett at this phase of the race is just not extracting the maximum out of that Lincoln Co, that number 11. And you can see here now, riding on board with Perkis, down to that front camera. Perkis is joining the party. Right, Cloughy's on the back of Hans. I am keeping an eye on the battle of Schneider and Shaw's. Shaw's is going. Shaw's has got ballast on board. So Shaw's has the ballast on board, and he's just going backwards. So Shaw's is now out of the game. He's not going to play into that. And Schneider's just gone off the road. How many does he get mugged? A lot. Right, Stevens lost out to Iandini at the front. That's progressed. The question now is, where can he get from here? So Iandini is now into position. Carl Smith is coming up on the board. He's in the pit. You can see there, Clough is going to go around the inside of Hans. He's going to go up the inside of Hans. Lee Horn is going to go around Stephen as well. Oh, there's contact. There's contact from 2 cars from 2nd and 4th. The problem is, what can he get from here? Cloughy's going to go up the inside. Does he get the job done? No, he doesn't. Absolutely sensational. Cloughy's going, no, he is. He's going to go up the inside. He's going to go up the inside of Stephen. Stephen's going to go started 2nd into 1st, down to 4th. but Cloughy's now into third. Now he's got to get a shaker on. He's got to get the shake and bake. Otherwise, he's going to be out if he doesn't get moving. Where's Everett? He's in 6th position, and he's got Flack and Norton. These two need to stop fighting each other and get ahead of the man ahead. That's what they need to do, because Paul Hands is going to be the one that will play into this. And there you can see Jeff Perkis riding on board with him. He's in 9th position. Behind him, he's touched the wall. He's touched the wall. And Stu Neal has engaged Warp Drive. There he is on the right side of your screen in the number 5, another 5 Hyundai. He's engaged Warp Drive, so he's going to go up the inside of Perkis. There you can see Paul Hands is trying to defend from Everett. Oh, there's contact. There's contact between those two. The two in the back of her. Oh, there's still contact between those two. Argy Bargy, it's definitely doors out racing at the moment. One of them's going to have to yield the position. Oh, there's a little touch at the back. And there goes Benny Norton. He's going to go up the inside. 3 into 1 does not go. And Everett has managed to clear Paul Hands. So they've got to get gone, because the problem now is there isn't a car between Cloughy and the 3 Hyundais are all side by side. Carl Smith in the background. He's down in 18th position. Where's Gabriel Lopez? He's in 18th. Cloughy. Oh, Cloughy's run wide. Cloughy's run wide trying to go around Stephen. He's back to 4th position, and he's really struggling. Alex Everett flashing his lights there saying, I'm coming, you better get gone. And as you see now riding, this is 3rd position that we're riding on board with. There's 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th. It's the M25 car park lot travelling at over 120 kilometres an hour. Through the right-hand side we go. Cloughy's just sailed it up the inside. Stevens just scared himself off the road. Paul Hands has gone up the inside as well. What can he do there? Benny Norton's on the inside of Stephen. Benny Norton should get this job done. That should be game over there for Stephen. Stephen's going backwards. But again, he's in the mix here. He's in the middle of a championship battle as well. So Everett is going to have to take a brave pill if he wants to go up the inside here. Benny Norton, he's the 1, 2, 3, 4th car in the row. Everett's flashing his lights, doing that old touring car trick, saying, I'm coming, but it's not going to happen. Everett is now behind Michael Clough. Where is Clough at the moment? He's in 3rd position. He needs to get gone, because Everett is going to try and... he's gone wide. Does he go for the old switcheroo? No, he doesn't. Yes, he does. No, he doesn't. The 2 championship rivals are battling it out, corner after corner. Cloughy's put himself out there. Has Cloughy damaged the car? No, it's all pointing in the right direction, but Paul Hands has decided to turn to the party. Stu Neal is now on the back of it, and Perkis and Vlad Thatcher has decided to join the party. There's Vlad. He's side by side with Perkis. Does he get the job done? Yes, he does. Perkis is going backwards again. Paul Hands hasn't given up the attack on Cloughy, so Cloughy just needs to calm this down now. Everett is doing all he needs to do. The problem is the other teammate to this man here, to Michael Clough, are all just stuck together at the back of the grid, so they're not really holding each other up. Right, Ian Deaney and Lee Horn are both next-gen racing boys, so those two are just working together at the moment. They're not really battling each other out, they're just dragging each other along. Right, Benny Norton, he's in 7th position. To ride from the rear camera, there is Stu Neal and Poddy Flack. So it's the 5. There's 4 Hyundais with the name, with the badge 5 on it, and these lot are all basically locked together at the moment. They might have played a team strategy, but it's not worked. Lee Horn is right on the back there of Ian Deaney. They're just working together. Alex Everett is losing time in that middle sector. I think he set the car up so that he can go a lot faster through that middle sector. That's where he's gaining his time. He's faster in the middle sector than Michael Clough, only by 1/100th of a second, but that's what's important. That's what counts. The problem that he's got is that Cloughy is faster down the straight. And in the background there, you can see the battle between Perkis. There's Perkis in the number 69. Behind that is Shaw's and Ward. So Alex Ward is going to go past Perkis here, go past Shaw's if he can get the job done. Right, Cloughy and Everett. He's going to go up the inside. It's going to be game on all over again. Gives him a little bit of a nudge there off the road, but like I say, in this type of racing, if you push someone off, they're just going to do it back to you. So I'd expect that favour to be returned at some point, so we'll keep an eye on that battle as it unfolds. Shaw's down in 13th. I don't think he's going to go any further than that, but Michael Clough is going to be recovering. Cloughy just needs to play a little bit of a tactical game here. He needs to think. He doesn't need to get past him in the next 2 to 3 minutes. He just needs to hold it on. He's going to go up the inside, contact between the two drivers, and that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying before. It was just going to happen. It was just going to happen. If you are too busy banging somebody else's door, they're just going to do it to you. He's flashing the lights. Look at him. He's going, hey, 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 hey. But the problem is, that's just what happens. It's touring car racing. So he's going to have to be very clever now here. Is he sailing up the inside? Is he lining them up? There's Stephen. What does Stephen do from here? Ooh, a little bit of a contact there. And Paul Hans has then gone up the rear end. And that's allowed the two to go through. And Benny Norton is now joining the party. So they're all just squabbling in the middle group now. So you've got 3 Lincoln Co's, 4 Hyundais and a white Paul Hans there in his little Seat. And they're all just holding each other up one after one. I'm not quite sure why he's still flashing his lights, but he is. He'll be flashing those, I think, for the entire of the race. So he's going to be absolutely holding on to this. There you can see Stu Neal, a little bit of a nip and tuck trying to come out there. He's that Hyundai, the middle one. He is racing Stephen, who started this race, don't forget, in second. So he was trying to do all he can from there. Alex Everett and Michael Clough have reversed positions again, but I think Alex still has his lights flashing for some random reason, but Clough is playing the long game here. He's given the position back, and the key here is to give that position back, retake. He's had a whop at the rear end there from Paul Hans. Paul Hans is just going to go through everybody and just mug the lot of them. I think he's going to say thank you very much and retake that position back. Benny Norton's there in 6th position. There he is, 6th, 5th, 4th, riding on board now with Benny Norton. Just ahead is Paul Hans, riding down to that front camera. There is Paul Hans. He's in 5th position, and this is where it's going to get tasty. We rejoin. This is the battle for 3rd, and battle for 3rd. Alex Everett's going to go up the inside. This should be a done deal. He's hit the brakes a little bit harder. It's contact between the 2 drivers. It's getting very, very scruffy between these 2 as it currently stands. What can he do here? Can he hold on to that position? No, he can't. Yes, he can. So into 3rd, Michael Clough goes again. Right behind that, you've got Benny Norton. Behind that, you've got Stephen, who started 2nd. You've got Stu Neal, who's making progress. He's up to, well, he's not up to 8, he's down to 8. He started 7th, something like that. So he's struggling at the moment. There you can see Benny Norton's going to go up the inside of Paul Hans. And then you can see Vlad in the number 12. He's going to attempt to go up the inside of Poddy Flag. Thinks better of it, hits the brake. Alex Everett is now once again right on the rear end of Michael Clough. These two of them swap positions, lap after lap, corner after a corner. And what can he do from here? A little bit of a tap there at the rear end. So that's going to be very interesting to see what he does here. He just has to sit here, really. He doesn't need to do anything. Stephen's gone overtaken by Stu Neal. We're trying to keep up with a melee of cars. There's Stephen. He's defending against Stu Neal. Gets off the road he goes. And he's managed to hold on to that position. Is that Cloughy? Cloughy's gone into the pits. I'm not sure why Cloughy's in the pits, but Cloughy has just gone into the pits. Lee Horner is in 2nd, Benny Norton is in 4th position. What can Benny Norton do here? So now Benny Norton is attacking Alex Everett. Alex Everett is drive-through penalty, ignoring slow-down warnings. So he's absolutely destroyed his championship hopes in one single race. He needs to shave those penalties off. And as a result, he's going to, where's he going to pop out? He's going to pop out in 17th. And he's going to be nowhere near that top position that he needs to be. Perkis is battling out with Craig Deeks and Shaw's. This is the battle that makes no difference for 8th position. Vlad has managed to get past Stephen, but Stephen now is holding up the rear end. Here is Stephen. Benny Norton's on the back of Alex Everett for 4th and 3rd. There you can see Perkis. He's going up the inside of Deeks. And there you can see Vlad going up the inside of Stephen. Vlad thinks better of it. He's just fresh off that race 3. Race qualifying ban. So that's why he's just playing it careful here. But he's got himself up to 8th position, which is primed for the starting position of race 2. As you can see there, Paul Hans is once again all battling it out. So this is the battle for 5th, 6th, 7th. So battle for 5th. Trying to keep up. So it is Flack, Neal, and Hans just goes up the inside there. He's going to have to leave and give that position back. Does he hold it off? Well, again, we can only see that from one position. Does he do it? But Vlad is just going to mug the lot of them. They were so busy fighting each other, he's just got mugged by Vlad. So Vlad is in the number 12, left side there. You can see Perkis is going around the outside as well. It'll be one more lap to go. Benny Norton's on the back of Everett, and Vlad is going up the side of Hans. He's not going to do that. He thinks better of it. He tabs the brake. Deeks is on the side of Stevens. There is Craig Deeks. He's in the number 19. And on the other side, you've got Stephen. And he's going backwards. Alex Ward, the only bright yellow DHL Audi this time out. Oh, there's contact in the rear there. And that's going to push out Clough's at the back and Carl Smith right at the rear end. So it's all pushing them out. There's Vlad as it currently stands. So Vlad's in 8th position. He is in there's Poddy, followed by Paul Hans, followed by Vlad. There's Vlad in the number 12. What can he do here on his last lap? Can he get anything from this position? It is going to be a very, very tall order to get anything from this position. I think that's what's going to be very, very tricky. What can he do here? He's flashing his lights, but I think it's going to be game over. Benny Norton's going for a last-minute attempt to try and get past Alex Everett, but I just don't think that's going to work. I just don't think he's going to have that ability unless he tries to send it up the inside or Alex makes a mistake. It's just not going to happen. It's really not going to work. I think that's going to be game over there for Benny Norton. But Lee Horn brings the car home in first position, followed by Ian Deaney. Both of them Next Gen Racing working perfectly together. Again, tactical team playing. Alex Everett holds on to third. Benny Norton will be fourth. Neil will be fifth. Poddy will be sixth. Hans in 7th. Vlad, a good recovery there from Vlad in 8th. Alex is in 10th. A very solid finish for Alex. Remo Schneider in 11th. Deeks by Perkis by Shaw's in 14th. He will start on the front row for race 2. Portugal will be on the front row for race 3, sorry. Lopez bringing it home. He needs to bring it home from Carl Smith, which he's done. Cloughie was on target to get a great victory. Get a great move through, but he ignored his slowdown penalties, and as a result, he had a drive-through penalty. And Carl Smith has got 18. Will bring the car home in 18th position, which is a good result for him. It's good for his championship in the CA2, in the CA3s. He is fighting Gabriel Lopez, who's in 16th. But those little Alfa Romeos they're just not suited to this track. They're just not suited to this type of open, long banked corners. And that's the problem. But a little small, nimble track, somewhere like if we do race at Pau in the final week, the Alfa Romeo will be the car of choice. And there is confirmation of your race results. An absolutely action-packed race. You can already see that the tension between the championship rivals is growing. You could see that through Alex and Benny. So you could not Benny, Alex and Cloughie. So you could see that the championship rivals were absolutely. You could see the heat was starting to really, really turn up there. Now, the problem Cloughie has is he finished in 17th position. So his nearest championship rival will be only 4 ahead. The problem Alex Everett's got is he's got Benny Norton, Neil and Flack and Shaw's all ahead of him. And they are all playing the team game. So that's what's going to make it super exciting and make it really, really interesting for this final race. Because do I think there's going to be tactical team play? 100%. It's the same as any racing at the end of the day. You're there to win it. You're not there to come second. So they're all going to have to be playing tactical, play a tactical race here in order to get what they need. So that's going to be very, very tricky. Over to the Combox one final time for the evening. I'm still here. My voice is still just about going. So hopefully it will still be here for the final race. But it's just about going. This happens. So basically you log in and log out and it'll be back. So let's go for the chop. Patriot Hobbies. Nice to see you, Patriot Hobbies. Not seen you before on stream. Sorry if I have. I do apologise. Welcome to the stream. Tell us what type of hobbies you do, or what type of hobbies you're into. Is it sim racing? Is it models? Is it BTCC? Please get involved in the chat. If you aren't already, I'm going to shamelessly plug it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Get yourself on Discord. The link is down the bottom. That's please don't report me for that. Let's go over there. It's down the bottom. So in the description, get yourself on Discord. And again, please get yourself involved. Great bunch of racers, great bunch of guys, if I'm perfectly honest. Right, which I always am. I see it how I say it. Right. So if you're just joining us, we are on the WTCC. It's the World Touring Car Challenge. We are at round 6 of 8. So we've got 2 weeks left. 2 weeks left. And we're at the Indianapolis Speedway. We don't want that. There it is. The race room cost is £4.43. So you can go back through the stream and it'll all be on there, which is brilliant. We are on race 3. This is the final race of the evening, the final 15 minutes. And it is a reverse top 15 from the race that we've just had. So I will go through the starting order with you. I've just got to get back in the lobby, and then we'll go through that final starting order with you. So that's going to be super exciting, I think. Do I think the championship rivals are going to be battling? 100% do I think they're going to be battling. You can see at the moment there is no quarters given between Michael Clough and Alex Everett. So they're both out to win the championship. Now, statistically, do I think he can win it? I will need to check my math at the end of this event. I think he can, but there is lots of caveats in how it's going to finish. So, can Alex secure the championship next week out? Yes. If Michael has a really, really bad round, then yes, he can secure the championship next time out. Do I think that's going to happen? No. I think they're going to be battling each other through the entire race, if I'm perfectly honest, through the last final races. And there's only 7 left, including this one. So that's going to make it very, very exciting, I think. And they're not going to be giving any. They're not going to be giving any quarter either. You can already see it. I mean, it takes us back to some of the great battles that we had. You know, John Cleland and Tim Harvey and Steve Soper. I mean, that's infamous. When we talk about, again, James Hunt, I don't think it's that level of James Hunt and Nicky Lauda. You know, that was an epic battle as well. So I think, you know, the Lancia versus Audi, that was an epic battle. And when, you know, it's going to be absolutely sensational, I think, for the final race of the season. Right, we're going to go across back to the live stream. We're going to see there is obviously drivers out at the moment. They are practicing. Cloughy's out again. And you can see there he is. He's the second car behind. Remo Schneider's at the back. So he's obviously starting, practicing his starts. So it's going to get very, very tricky, I think. It's going to get very, very exciting to see what they can do. So let's see how it stacks up for the last 2. minutes. Just bear with me a second. I just need to get in a quick drink of water. Let's see how this stacks up. Right, so I've had a little bit of a water, so hopefully I should be able to go for the final. Race of the evening. let's see how it stacks up. So again, it's going to be interesting. Like I said, they've got 35 minutes, 34 seconds remaining of this, and then we will be going to the last race of the evening. We've got about a minute. They've got a minute to get themselves ready and lobbied up, and then we will go across to that final race. There it is. We're race 3, and it's the reverse of the top 15. So your starting grid will be Portugal by Shores, Perkis Deeks, then Schneider and Ward, Stephen by Vlad, Hans by Flack, Neil from Norton, Everett from Deeney, and then Paul down in 15th position. My 50p is on Vlad in 8th position, because he is mighty rapid. He's just going to get through the field and have no hiccups, and then he should get himself right to the front of the grid. Which should be really, really good. So let's see how this stacks up. There we go. They've got 59 seconds to lobby themselves up, and then they'll get themselves on track. And it's 42, 41, it's 40 seconds to go. So they'll all get themselves lobbied up. Then you'll see the screen change. The lights will start flashing. It's 10 lights. And then we go racing for the final time this evening. They're all syncing up. Everything is getting ready. And it will be, here we go. So everyone is getting ready. Who is going to take it from the run? Shores is Gabriel Lopez is actually leading, because some people haven't even started. So it's practically a full reverse grid except for Michael Clough. So this is going to get interesting. So it's lights out and away we go. And we're watching the back of the field at the moment to see how far we can go. Clough has already made up a position on the Indiani. Shores is currently down in 4th position. Gabriel Lopez is currently leading. He's on the left side. He's at the front. Can he lead a lap? Can he take the lap? No, he's thought better of it. So he's hit the brakes. And that's allowed Portugal to get through. Perkis. There is Perkis. He's down in 4th position. Behind him is Craig Dean. There he is. And then he's got Schneider and Ward side by side. Clough has already passed Ian Deeney in the back. Alex Everett is right at the back of the field. It's all kicking off. So Everett has gone all the way to the back of the field. Clough is into 13th. So he's now going to make hay as the way goes, basically, because he's got Stu Neal just ahead of him. And he's got Vlad, who's down in 14th. So I thought Vlad was going to get a little bit of progress there, but he hasn't. Schneider is going to go up the inside of Stephen. There's Stephen in the 68th. Schneider's in the 82. Hyundai now back down to 7th position. Craig Deek, he's on the rear end of Gabriel Lopez. Gabriel Lopez is in the 79. He's in the CA1 category. He's really fighting Carl Smith, who sadly hasn't started the race. But they're side by side, so they come through into that back section of the banking. Then we go into that hard down break in the corner, and you can see there Stephen in 6th position. He's making progress. There's Alex Ward in that bright yellow Audi right behind, but the rear end is all over the place. It's all argy-bargy in the back of the grid. They all need to sort themselves out, and all of the Hyundais are just getting caught up with each other. So that's going to be very, very tricky. They're going to have to sort themselves out if they actually want to go forward. And you can see Poddy Flack now. He's managed to break away, but Stu Neal is going to go up the side of Paul Hans. Paul Hans is in the 99. Stu Neal is on that 5. Remo Schneider's gone wide. He's going to have to join the track in a nice manner. Otherwise, he's going to get all over the road. He comes on nice and cleanly. That's a solid result. There's Cloughy. Cloughy's got past Vlad. He's made the job done. Benny Norton and Alex Everett are side by side. 3 into 1 does not go, regardless of how much you can count. It just doesn't happen. And Vlad's got himself a slow down penalty. Benny Norton hasn't given that position up. He's slipped in behind now, but Alex Ward is on back of Poddy Flack. There's Alex Ward in that bright yellow DHL Audi. Stu Neal, and you can see Benny Norton is trying to squeeze onto the back of Alex Everett, but he hasn't managed to do it, so it's reset all over again. There's Alex Ward, he's in the number 8. Bright yellow DHL Audi. He's doing all he can. Can he hold on to it here? Can he make positions and get onto the back of Poddy Flack? Riding on board now, here's Ward. Neal's gapped him. You can see Poddy Flack just ahead of him. There's Poddy. Poddy is the car in the head, and that little Lincoln Co. That is 7th and 6th position. That 6th position car, that is Stephen. and he is trying to get some progress, but can he get progress in this position? I just don't know. I just don't know if he's got that ability to hold on to it there. So that's going to be very, very tricky as they all come down the start-finish straight. Poddy's going to have to send it up the inside if he wants it, because otherwise he's gone for the dummy. He's going to try to go around the long way round. As you see another Hyundai, and that's the key to this corner where he's trying to go the long way round. That's then destabilise Stephen, and he'll just get the position done. Does Alex Ward nick it as well? No, he doesn't, but Stu Neal has now joined the party. So Stu Neal has now gone, hello, well if you're going, I'm going as well. So he's managed to get himself up that position as well. Absolutely sensational stuff with 11 minutes to go. What's going to end first? The race with my voice. Perkis has got himself up to third, and he's absolutely making progress. He's after a race victory, so he needs to get past Portugal pretty much. And then, there's contact. There's contact between the two drivers, and as a result, that's going to push Perkis now back into the clutches of Lopez, into Deeks and Lopez, and he's back in the pack. And that's the problem, as they're all back in the pack, they're all fighting each other, and as a result INDIANAPOLIS is also now fighting, and you can see here in that middle gaggle of cars is that they're all now stuck together. There's Perkis, major contact there for Body Flag. How far does he go down? Paul Hans has retired Body Flag. I think that car's going to be retired. Absolute turnaround there. I'm not sure what happened, just only quickly saw that. And that's absolutely cost him a good haul of championship points. Cloughy's into 13th, Kazimierz into 9th. But he's only got Vlad, who is lighter and faster, behind him. So that's going to cost him. There you can see Gabriel Lopez, who started on the front in the 79. Can he get past? No, he can't. Carl Smith, slow down penalty, full track limit of use. He's down in 15th position. But unfortunately, he is fighting Gabriel Lopez, who at the moment is just getting a whole wall of points. That's going to cost him more than just 1 or 2 positions. The problem is now Alex Everett is going to get past Vlad and Lopez, and that's put him right behind his nearest championship rival, this man here, Michael Clough. And as a result, Clough now needs to get past the Audi. Yep, he's done it. He's now got another car between him and the car, his championship rival. No, he hasn't. Yes, he has. He just can't get the car slowed fast enough. That's the problem. If he could get that car stopped and turned, he could actually get past, but he can't. And he always runs wide at this corner. That Lincoln Co is just mighty through that sector. Alex just has the car a lot better set up through this back half of the circuit into sector 2. And that's cost him. Look, it's cost him again. It's cost Cloughy. Cloughy's going to go down the outside. That's just a very audacious move. Does he now lose out to Everett, or is Everett going to lose out to Vlad? No, he doesn't. Everett is in the number 11, and Vlad is in the number 12. But Benny Norton has now joined the party. He's right at the back of the field. And you can see riding on board with Benny Norton. He's got Everett. He now has to he's got Vlad ahead, and ahead of Vlad is Everett, and he's just gaining, he's gaining. But is he gaining enough? 3 wide into this corner is just never going to work. They're going to have to play nice to try and sort themselves out. Vlad gives him just enough room, 1 car's width. Sensational racing there from Benny and Vlad. 1 car's width, which is what you're allowed, and as a result, he's allowed to swipe through and hold on to that position. Sensational stuff. But has that allowed Benny to retake that position? Yes, it has. Now Benny is going to be on the back of Everett. Now Benny has to get past him. He has to help his teammate, and really Cloughy and Neil either need to help each other along this section of the track. But there's Benny. Benny's gone up the inside. That's going to be a very audacious move. There's contact. But they have all sorted themselves out. Vlad has stuck his finger in and just held on to it as much as he can, using all of the RPM in that engine, which has allowed him to just claw ahead. There you can see Stephen in 5th position. They're working together. This is the key here. So the 2 teammates are working together beautifully. Stephen is the teammate to Alex Everett, so he knows that when Alex Everett gets anywhere near, he's going to have to give that position up. Same as Gabriel, same as Portugal, I think. So as a result, Alex has to get on the radio, if they've got one, to say, let me pass, I need these championship positions, and this won't be a good result for him. At the front there you can see Portugal, Perkis, they're all going for it. So Portugal, yeah, it is Portugal and Perkis and Deeks. So Perkis is on the recovery. Can he go past Deeks, who's looking for a podium position this time out? Can he get that done? Yes, he can. Sensational there from him. There's Portugal. He's on the left side. He's in that number 55. Michael Clough is just, Stu Neal is going to go up the inside. That's surely going to allow Clough to also take that position. These two need to be working. They're working smarter, not harder, which is what they're up to now, which is exactly what they need to do. Portugal's not going to give that position up. Benny Norton in the back is going to once again attack. Portugal has just gone off into the abyss. He's had an accident, and as a result, that has now allowed Stu Neal to progress into fourth position. Clough is in fifth. Right behind that is Stephen. Behind that is Alex Ward. So they're all absolutely now locked ahead. Perkis isn't going to go anywhere near Shaw's. Shaw's is on for the double here, basically. He's lapping nearly a second slower than the man behind. But as long as he keeps it up, he's not going to do it. Which one was that? That was Stu Neal. Stu Neal's run wide. He's actually come onto the back of Stephen and onto the back of Carl. So Stu Neal's had a slow down penalty. He's side by side now. The problem is that they now need to start. Yeah, they're all working together again. And that's what the key is here. So Everett has managed to sneak past Woods and Neal, which is good for his championship. And Cloughy is now ahead there. You can see Cloughy on the back, on the side of Deeks. So Deeks is going to try and hold him up just enough. Deeks doesn't run wide, and that allows Cloughy to hold on to that position. But there's Stephen and there's Alex. So Alex is now stuck in the massive wall, the massive pile of cars. The car ahead is the bright yellow DHL Audi. That is Alex Ward. There he is. He's the 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth at number 32. And right behind him is Alex Everett, championship leader. His nearest rival is 2 positions up the road in fourth, and he's about to get another one. He's going to go up the inside here. Does he get the job done? Side by side, and he's keeping it nice and tidy. He just needs to go for the old switcheroos here. Doesn't need to do anything heroic. Little bit of door banging as you go through that section. Can he hold on to it? As you see there, Stephen. Yeah, Stephen's slowing down. Stephen is purposely slowing down. He's got to let Alex through without letting Carl mug him. This is the problem. I think this is another tactical switch. This hasn't gone well. This has not gone well. That tactical switch has resulted in a really, really hard change there, but Benny Norton has got past Stephen. That wasn't what they wanted. They needed another roadblocker, because the problem is Michael Clough is ahead now of Craig Deeks. He's not ahead, he's side by side, but he'll more importantly have the inside. There you can see Benny Norton. He's trying to attack Alex Everett. If you want to be on the inside into that corner, that's where you want to be, because you need to try and get the slingshot through the right hand side, then the left hand. He's going to have to try and send him a little bit of a dummy, trying to get to wobble Alex Everett, but Alex is a wily old fox. There he is, he's in that number 11. So he's a wily old fox here. He knows what he needs to do. Michael Clough is into third, now he's going after Perkis in second. This is what he needs to do. This is important with 6 races remaining of the season. You've just got to finish ahead of the driver. That's all you have to do. Alex Everett is going to go up the inside of Alex Ward. That should really be a done deal at that section. Stevens trying to go up the inside there of Benny Norton, but Benny Norton's having absolutely none of it, and around he goes. So that's Stephen, who's completely out of it now. Where's Alex? There's Alex Ward. He's in the number 32 DHL Audi. Great looking livery of that. 2 minutes 41 to go. So Alex is into fifth. Cloughy is holding on to third, but he's on third. He's on the back of Perkis. So what will happen? This is where it gets very tactically weird. Is that if he can get into second position, the question will then be: does Shaw's sacrifice first, so that he can then gift more points? But Vlad is now on the back of Stu Neal. There's Vlad, and he right behind him has Ian Dealey. There's Ian Dealey. He's absolutely doing all he can do there to try and get that point. that he needs. Vlad is absolutely had a stellar drive this week, actually. In that number 12, Bright Cyan, Lincoln Kerr, he's had an absolutely stellar drive. So he just needs to keep going and he can score some maximum points. Cloughy's done it. Cloughy has got past Perkis. I don't know if that was a change of route, but he's done that. So now it's going to come down to can Cloughy build enough gap to Shaw's? For Shaw's, yes, 100% that's what's happening. We need to keep an eye on that time. So it's currently at 8 seconds on lap 9. So they'll have one more lap to go. So just keep an eye on that time. If it gets to below 4 seconds, they are going for a tactical switch. That's what's going to happen to maximise Cloughy's points. And that's what they're doing. So the times are now at around 7.1 seconds, 6.9. So keep an eye on that. Right, Stu Neal. Right behind that, he's in 8th position. He's got Vlad, who's going to try and go around the outside of him. He's actually going to go for the old switcheroo. You're not going to go around the outside there. That is going to be a very difficult way. Stu Neal goes, no, you're not coming in. Yes, I am. Vlad is absolutely all over this. Vlad is on the left side. He's in that number 12. The other number 5, that is Stu Neal. But Stu Neal hasn't let this position go. He's battling with all 4 corners and all 4 wheels of that car. He's trying to do all he can here. I think they are doing a tactical switch. I think there is a tactical switch going on. Ian Deeney is trying to look through this hole. He's trying to profiteer here from the Stu Neal Vlad battle. So he's going to go up the inside. He's going to hug it on the back. Vlad's going to go off the corner. That will be a slow down penalty. As near as enough makes no difference, and that's allowed Stu Neal to retake that position, and that was the problem. That was always going to be the problem there, I think. So it's going to be very, very tricky. Ian Deeney is still attacking the back of Vlad. I am keeping an eye on the attack. Remo Schneider is in 16th for your Remo Schneider fans. At the moment, he's done 134.7. He's not the slowest driver out there, but he was just unlucky. At the moment, this is the battle for Ian Deeney. I am watching that lead battle, that lead number at 6.2 seconds. I don't know if there's a tactical switch. We need to keep an eye out on for that. There's nothing against in the rules specifying you can't do that. So we will see. Or Shaw's could just be going slow because he has 40 kilograms on board. He has made great progress through this opening half of the race, and he could be going for the race win. But these two are side by side, Ian Deeney versus Vlad. What are these two going to do? Are they going to... there's contact. No, Shaw's has gone for the race win. He's just taken the race win, which is important. Vlad, we're going to follow this to the line, and we will then jump to the race winner. He's made contact with the wall. Nearly made contact with the wall. Does he hold on to it? No, he doesn't. So he doesn't hold on to that. Gabriel Lopez brings the car home in 11th. Flack. So your race winner is Shaw's. Second is Clough. I was sure they were going to do a tactical switch, but that's how it is. Perkis is in 3rd, Deeks is in 4th, Everett is in 5th, Ward is in 6th, Norton is in 7th, Neil is in 8th, Deeney is in 9th. Then you've got Vlad in 10th. A great drive this week, I think, from Vlad. Lopez is in 11th, Flack is 12th, Steve's in 13th, Paul Hans is in 14th, Carl is in 15th, Schneider is in 16th, Lee Horn is in 17th, and Portugal is in 18th. And I'm not quite sure what happened there. Where we go? There we go. And that's how it stacks up for tonight. My voice is pretty much gone, if I'm honest. So 3 great races, and as I always say, there's 3 great races, and as I always say, there is always multiple incidents, and there's always multiple camera views that we don't see. So I only see it how I say. I only say it how I see it. Doesn't always necessarily mean it, but one thing that we've learnt from today, one big thing that we've learnt from today, is that there is a tactical battle now going on till the end of the season. So do I think this is the last we've seen? No. The gloves are off. It is going to be an absolutely sensational run in the final 6 races. It's going to be brilliant. It's going to be absolutely magnetic. So I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed tonight's racing. Please check out the Discord. The link is in the video. Not the video. It is in the video. I will be back next week. My voice should hopefully be better by the end of next week. Same time, same place. Enjoy the rest of your weekends. If you're going to watch the Formula 1, please enjoy that. And I will see you soon.